So friend, hello, welcome back to our daily routine whereby we normally, have you ever come across a situation whereby, or a scenario whereby there is a mistaken identity? Somebody was supposed to be kidnapped and then somebody else was kidnapped on his behalf. Have you ever come across such a thing? What do you call it? Some scammers are selling tickets that are given for free. Like you come with a ticket and then you lie that this ticket costs this amount of money, and then you sell somebody something that you got for free. Have you ever come across such a thing? So we also have that lined up for you, and a lot. So welcome. My name is Ino Mark 29, and feel at home, feel comfortable. Yeah, do not fear of speaking, do not fear of anything. We are here and we appreciate you being here with us. So thank you very much for your time. And to begin, like no wasting time, no time wastage, and to our first bizarre story. We normally talk about the bizarre stories, that actually weird stories that happen worldwide, daily, on a daily basis. So today we begin with a certain bizarre story here which says thief swallows $769,000 earrings. That is the title. Thief swallows $769,000 earrings. Yeah. So that is the title. And then the story says, a man in Florida posed as an NBA assistant to gain access to a jewelry store's collection, where he swallowed a pair of diamond earrings to hide them. He was held under hospital supervision until the jewelry was recovered naturally. So friend, this is a man who posed as an NBA assistant. Yeah, you know, mostly like the NBA, people who work with the NBA, including the NBA themselves, they normally get well paid. So this guy here came and posed like, I'm an assistant to NBA, maybe an official at NBA. So he was given access to a jewelry. So what came into his mind was, these are very pretty. They look very amazing. They were actually made of diamond, I think. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, diamond earrings. So this guy here was really like, what can I say? Was really stunned, like, wow. So I've finally seen diamond. I've come across diamond. So what can I do? This guy decided, like, what I'll do is I'll swallow them. So this guy took the earrings and swallowed them. Yeah. After swallowing, unfortunately, this guy was seen. So when he was seen, the word came, now he has to be, like the police were called, and then the guy was arrested. Yeah. So after he was arrested, he was taken into custody, went with the police, and the police took him to hospital. After getting to the hospital, now they said what it will come out naturally. So that is what the officers or the police did. They took him, they actually arrested him and then took him to the hospital, and then they went and waited for the earrings to come out naturally. So kindly, if you are watching, swallows $769,000 earrings. That is the title. Kindly subscribe, support us by subscribing. So that title then explains, a man in Florida posed as an NBA assistant to gain access to a jewelry store's collection, where he swallowed a pair of diamond earrings to hide them. He was held under hospital supervision until the jewelry was recovered naturally. Yeah. So that is our first bizarre story, whereby somebody decided, like, wow, these earrings look really amazing. What will I do with them? Like I want them, but I have no money to buy them. So what I'll do is I'll swallow them. He swallowed them, but unfortunately for him, it was seen, and then police were called. The guy was arrested, taken into custody, actually taken to hospital, but under custody, and then the earrings came out naturally. Yeah, I believe maybe the guy is fine. Yeah, that is all that we can believe for or hope for. So that was our first bizarre story. Moving on to the second. A 12-year-old in Dallas successfully built a working nuclear fusion reactor in his house. So this is a 12-year-old kid who probably has like not a lot of knowledge on how to build maybe or make electricity, but this 12-year-old here has built a nuclear reactor in his family's playroom. Maybe somebody might be wondering, like, what is a nuclear reactor? Let me read that for you. The nuclear reactors contain and control nuclear chain reactions that produce heat through a physical process called fusion. So nuclear is heat or nuclear power plant. Wow, this kid is really amazing. Yeah, as time goes by, as the more intelligent, bright children become. Yeah, this is amazing. Imagine somebody building a nuclear reactor at the age of 12. What will this person do when he turns 18 or maybe past his teenage years? Just imagine at 18, at 12, a child is building a nuclear reactor. So the other day I was asking myself, like, in the past, there were people who made aeroplanes, yeah, and then there were people who made laptops or computers. There are people who made phones. There are people who made vehicles. So all these things were made a very long time ago, like very many years ago. What the other people have done is like try to at least like make them into maybe look better. Yeah, that is what the other people have done. So in the past, I was asking myself, like, were the people in the past, were they like very smarter, very intelligent, more than we? That was what I was asking myself. But here, this child, he has really like proved me wrong. Like, no, the intelligent ones are not yet like, they're not yet gone. They're still here with us. Yeah, you see, at 12, somebody building a nuclear reactor at 12. So that speaks a lot. Yeah. So this child, he has really proved me wrong. Like, no, we still have intelligent people. Yeah. So that was our second bizarre story. Moving on to the third bizarre story. It says DMV appointment scalpers. DMV's appointment scalpers. Then it says, that is the title, and then it says, scammers in Florida were reselling them to desperate drivers for $250 each. Kindly, if you're watching, scammers, yeah, they were given what we call appointment, and then they were selling them. They were given for free, and then they were selling them to desperate drivers at a cost of $250. Individuals or entities that buy high demand items such as event tickets, electronics, or collectibles at a standard price and resell them for a significant markup, exploiting limited availability. So these people here, they go and maybe collect or buy. After they buy the collectibles or maybe tickets, and then they come to sell for people, they make sure that they bought like everything, the entire things, so that there are no more. After they buy them, now they come to resell to people where I come from, the village. Let's assume it's a planting season in the village. So like everybody has to plant when it has come to a planting season. I'm speaking of maybe maize or beans, especially maize and beans. Those are the things that we normally plant in the village. So some people go to the main stores. Now the people who supply, they go to them and then they tell them that we want a certain amount, like we actually want the whole thing. Yeah, control of this commodity, beans and maize. So when they come to the village now to sell to the farmers, they are now the ones who will control, like this one, if maybe a packet 2 kgs was going for maybe 250 Kenyan shillings, now they'll sell them at maybe the price that they'll like decide, maybe $200. We are selling this each at $200, or maybe $300, because they are the only ones who have that commodity. So there's no place that you can go to and maybe get one. So they control everything, and you have to buy, because come next season you have to harvest. If you do not buy, then come next season you'll have nothing to harvest and maybe you'll starve to death. Yeah, so that is how they were operating. Like DMV appointment scalpers, scammers in Florida were caught booking free online appointments at the Department of Motor Vehicles DMV and reselling them to desperate. Well, imagine something that you bought for nothing. Yeah, for nothing. Like there was no money that you paid for it, and then you sell it at $250, converting to Kenyan shillings, that is more than 25,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, $250. So this is a lot of money, but these people here were caught, and we hope that this stops with them. Yeah, it will not happen to anybody else. To me, living robot skin. Listen, scientists have developed a living skin for robots made from human cells. To keep the skin from drying out or peeling, the next proposed step is to pump it with blood. Yeah, you heard me correct. I'll repeat it for the second time. Living robot skin. Scientists have developed a living skin, in quotes, living skin, for robots made from human cells. To keep, so they're planning, like, now we've made a skin that is similar to the human being, but since it has maybe no fluid in it, no blood, what we'll do is we'll pump blood into it so that we can protect it from peeling or drying. So that is the next proposed phase. They've made the skin like similar to ours. Now the next, what? The skin might dry off or maybe peel off, but they are planning to pump blood. So the other day we were speaking of what technology has brought. Like their model, there was a certain singer, Cheyenne Girl, I believe it was Cheyenne Girl, whereby she sang, and actually more than that mean about how AI, their models that are like that are AI women. She talks like a human being, she smiles, she has emotions. So that is what technology has done. So now these scientists are going as far as now creating something that is actually like similar to us. Imagine a robot, blood will come out of the skin. So in fact it will be very hard to differentiate, like this is a robot and this is a human being, because if that robot is maybe injured, blood will ooze out. Yeah, so that was our fourth bizarre story. I'll read it for the last time. Living robot skin. Scientists have developed a living skin is in quotes, for robots made from human cells. To keep the skin from drying out or peeling, the next proposed step is to pump it with blood. So that skin will have blood. Yeah, and it will be very difficult to differentiate it from us. So kindly support us by subscribing. Root to white at the tip. So this is a, like, there's never been a cat with such colors, like black at the root and white at the tip. You can imagine, you can really try to figure out, like, how does it look like? So it's very new. Yeah, it has never been seen before. This is a very new, and that is why they are saying a rare new cat coat color was discovered in Finland, named salty licorice. The individual hairs change from black at the root to white at the top. So maybe somebody might be the bean family. Yeah, so that is where the name came from, licorice. But this now is, so if you love cats, then there is a cat here that you should at least try. I'm also curious, like I want to see this type of cat. Like, it has black hair at the root, down there at the root, and then white at the top. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how does it look like? Dark at the root, black at the root, and then white at the top. So if you touch, like, somebody known as Afnan, you've said hi to Afnan. I hope you're doing great. So if you touch it maybe towards the back, and then the lower part is visible, it will like turn to black. Yeah, black at the bottom and then white at the top. If maybe you reverse it, it will look like very white. So I'm really curious. I wish I could see this cat. Yeah, how it looks like. Maybe after I'm done here, I'll go try to Google it and maybe find out. Kindly, if you are watching, support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate very much. Thank you. So that was our fifth bizarre story, the salty licorice cat. The title: a rare new cat coat color was discovered in Finland, named salty licorice. The individual hairs change from black at the root to white at the tip. So we are done with that. Somebody is saying user 2. You've said hello to user. Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate your presence and your comment. Yeah, we really do. So moving on to the sixth bizarre story: escaped wallaby influencer. That is the title. On the loose, only to find a wallaby that had its own dedicated Instagram following. Oh, user, you're saying how are you? I'm really fine, thank you. I hope you're doing great as well. Excuse me. Yeah, thank you very much. So it says, the story says, the sixth bizarre story says, escaped wallaby influencer. Influencer is actually in quotes. Escaped wallaby influencer in quotes. It's the title, and then it says, deputies in Colorado responded to reports of a kangaroo on the loose, only to find a wallaby that had its own dedicated Instagram following. So, friend, these deputies actually received a call, like, there is a kangaroo on the loose. Bless you. Thank you very much, user. I appreciate that. So they responded, and then they came. Yeah, you see, kindly, if you're watching, support us by subscribing, and we will really be grateful. You see, there are countries whereby when police officers, when they are called, like there is an emergency here, they take too long to come. And a good example is my country, yeah, whereby, oh, thank you very much, bye bye user, you're saying you're going to sleep, we will meet tomorrow. Thank you for your presence, and we really appreciate. I believe this is not your first time here. All the best and good night in advance. Yeah, so the countries, for example, my country, when you give police officers a call or make an emergency call to the authorities, it really takes a lot of time, like a very long time for them to, they can make them 3 hours to come. So imagine if something bad was happening, God forbid, and then you gave the police a call, and then they told you we are coming, and then they take maybe 3 or more hours to arrive. So that bad thing will end up happening and get to a police officer. Kindly, when there is an emergency, when somebody calls in like there is an emergency here, please kindly respond, because that is your work. Respond, come see what's happening, and really wait for long. And maybe some give excuses, like, you see, the reason as to why we never came on time was we never had our vehicle to the place. You see, some police officers give such excuses. You see, nowadays there are what we call motorbikes. You can at least request somebody on the motorbike rider, there is an emergency somewhere and we have to go there immediately, like right now. So what you'll do is this moto what do we call it, boda rider can take you there. There are even boda riders who might like sacrifice and say, since you're a police officer and you're responding to an emergency, I'll take you there for free. Because I normally see them like police officers in my country, whereby they stop a vehicle, they board, and then they alight at their destination without paying a single cent. And the conductor is not actually, they never ask them for fare. Yeah. So maybe there is a moto rider, boda rider somewhere who can even ferry you to the place where there is an. I never had fuel. There was no driver to bring me there. There maybe we had a puncture. Such excuses, really. I remember the other day, I was with my younger sister, my sibling, and then there is a day that I never posted a video, and then she told me, yeah, you are on video saying that you never posted a video because you never had power. I told her yes, and she told me, you see, the thing is, we, the people who watch you, we do not care how, maybe if you never had electricity, if you never had maybe your camera was stolen or such an excuse. We do not really want excuses. All we want is for you to post us a video. Yeah, even if somebody robbed your camera, even if maybe there was no electricity, all we want is for you to post a video each and every day. Like, no excuse. Do not come to us telling us, oh, I never had maybe money, oh, I never had this, oh, this happened. No. You give us a video each and every day. That is what we care about. Your problems remain to be your problems. What we want are videos. Yeah. Kindly, if you're watching this, support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate very much. Thank you. So that is what I was saying, to reports of a kangaroo on the loose, only to find a wallaby that had its own dedicated Instagram following. So these officers came, and then to their surprise, they found out that It was a wallaby, not a kangaroo. You see, wallaby can actually be tamed, but kangaroos cannot. Yeah, if maybe you take this wallaby very young, you can tame people, human beings. So they are supposed to maybe be in the forest. So they called the officers or the authorities. And then a wallaby is a small to medium-sized marsupial native to Australia and New Guinea. So that is a wallaby. And then that is our 6th bizarre story. Moving on to the 7th bizarre story. Fatbag, the size of 4 buses. A massive, that is the title, Fatbag, the size of 4 buses. And then it says a massive fatbag, a congealed mass of fat and wet wipes and waste, roughly the size of 4 buses, was found deeper under a wastewater plant in Sydney, Australia. Friend, imagine a scenario whereby there is a mass of fat, wet wipes and waste. So a combination of fat, wet wipes and waste, yeah, in a wastewater plant. Imagine that scenario. Kindly support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate. So it was found in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, I'm really trying to imagine that. A mass of fat, wet wipes and waste, roughly the size of 4 buses. 4 buses. Yeah, kindly, if you are watching this, support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate. So that was our so we still have like a few minutes to go. Ancient CSI discovery, that is the title, and then it's giving researchers a literal touch point to a craftsman from the pre-Roman Iron Age. And maybe you might be wondering, what is a pre-Roman age? This is the period cultures or artifacts existing before the rise and expansion of the Roman Empire before 753 BC before Christ. Yeah, maybe I'll repeat it again. Ancient CSI discovery. Scientists just identified an ancient fingerprint on a 2,400-year-old Danish warboat, giving researchers a literal touchpoint to a craftsman from the Roman Iron Age. Yeah, so that is our 8th. It was our 8th bizarre story. Yeah, whereby a scientist identified ancient fingerprint. Ancient fingerprint of 2,400 years ago on a Danish warboat. Yeah, you see, 2,400 years ago was really a very long time, a very, very long time. So that thing has lasted for 2,400 years ago. Has lasted for 2,400 years ago. A fingerprint. Yeah, the scientists must be really like working with or on really funny and bizarre things. Yeah, 2,400 years ago. That was a very long time ago. Yeah, all right. So that was the 8th bizarre story. Moving on to the 9th bizarre story. Pacemaker signal sniffers. That is the title. And then it says research teams are currently using specialized signal sniffers to try and locate a missing person by detecting the unique electronic pulse of their pacemaker. So I was doing actually some research about this, and then I came to find out that this story here, particular story, is talking about, now someone might be asking, what is a pacemaker? Pacemaker is what we call a small battery operated implantable device using specialized signal sniffers to try and locate a missing person by detecting the unique electronic pulse of their pacemaker. Yeah, so this person has gone missing, but this person has gone missing, which is not good news. Yeah, but the good news is they can actually try, because they've really tried everything they could or they can to maybe try and locate her. Now that the efforts are not bearing fruit, let me say, put it that way, they've decided like, oh, the lady had a pacemaker, right? So what we'll do is take the pacemaker, take the machines and then try using the rhythm from the pacemaker to locate her. Yeah? And I hope and pray that they find her. Yeah, you see, the abductors, they are really demanding a lot of money. They are saying they want millions, and also they want it to be paid in Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm sure that they are finding this lady, and I hope, well, she's Savannah's mother, and I hope and pray and believe strongly that they'll find her safe, and then she'll be united with her family. That is my prayer, and I hope, and yeah, that is our prayer. So, friend, our weird news or story: planetary parade hype. Planetary parade hype. Now it's saying space enthusiasts are buzzing about an upcoming planetary parade, in quotes, on February 28th, where 6 planets, namely Mercury, Venus, Jupiter. This will be amazing. Yeah, amazing, very amazing. Let me repeat that again: planetary or planetary parade hype, the title, and then it says space enthusiasts are buzzing about an upcoming planetary parade, in quotes, on February 28th, where 6 planets, namely Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, without forgetting Neptune, will align in a rare arc across the evening sky. So this is a scenario whereby, like, 6 planets, yeah, and Uranus and Neptune, they'll be aligning like on a straight line on the 28th of February. I believe we will see all these planets aligned on this particular day. But unfortunately for us, maybe we that do not have, so maybe we might not see that, but the space enthusiasts will see it, like they'll be aligned. Yeah, those 6 planets on a line. Yeah, I believe it will be amazing. So friend, that is our 10th bizarre story. Moving on to the 11th bizarre story. Yeah, a weird story: Olympics crochet engineering. That is the title, and then it says, in a strange sports headline, officials are reportedly looking into claims of aggressive crotch engineering Olympic ski jumping suits designed to gain a competitive aerodynamic. Yeah, Olympic crotch engineering. In a strange sports headline, officials are reportedly looking into claims of aggressive crotch engineering in Olympic ski jumping suits designed to gain a competitive aerodynamic. So somebody might be wondering, like, what is ski jumping? Ski jumping is whereby athletes descend a steep, specially designed ramp in-run at high speeds, then launch into the air to achieve maximum distance while landing safely on a sloped hill. And then aerodynamic is a study of how gases, particularly air, move and interact with solid objects, focusing on forces like lift and drag. So this is an investigation being carried out whereby some people here believed to try to crotch engineer the suits that they normally use for ski jumping. So it's believed that some people are really coming with some let me say weird ways of making this, like once you jump, you really jump very at a very far distance. Like it's not easy to, it's not similar to the people who are doing it normally, or the people who are wearing like the normal jumpsuits, yeah, if I may call it that. So they're actually trying to investigate into those claims. Like there are people who are wearing suits that have been engineered in such a way that when you jump, it's not a normal jump, actually abnormal jump, yeah, at the Olympics. So that is our 11th bizarre story, weird story. Okay, moving on to the 12th, mascot and arrest. That is the title. And then it says a video is trending of a Chuck E. Cheese mascot being arrested in front of a crowd of stunned children. Wow. So this mascot, you know, very many kids are really like fond of mascots, yeah. When they see them, they're really very happy, like seeing mascots. So now imagine a scenario whereby a kid was really happy seeing a mascot, and then police come in and then they arrest that mascot. Maybe he was entertaining these children. It's really heartbreaking. And this cheese, what do we call it? Chuck E. Cheese is actually found in the US. It has like 600 locations, yeah, across the US, across the 45 US states. And also they have outside, like there are some that are outside the US, which are foreign countries. So that was really heartbreaking for these children. Like they were just standing there shocked, like this guy has been a crime or committed a crime. Yeah, you cannot really be arrested for nothing. Yeah, and when the police come to arrest you, they have enough evidence to arrest you. They do not just wake up and say, like, you know, today we are actually going to arrest Inomark. For what? No reason. So they must have a reason as to why they want to arrest you. But again, in my country, police officers can actually come and arrest you without even an arrest warrant. If you try maybe to like let them know that you have your own rights, you'll be in hot soup, letting you know the reason as to why you are arrested. Yeah, maybe they find you on the way and then they look at, so because I do not like how you look, I'll arrest you. Reasons unknown. So you have no, like, somebody is arresting you, and when you ask them, why are you arresting me, they have no explanation. They just want to uncuff you and take you in. So after you get to the police station, maybe some will take what we call, you see, nowadays they normally say that most youths normally take liquor or maybe drugs. So when you get to the police station, they'll put it there and say, this guy, we caught him smoking weed. Yes, weed in my country, weed is a drug. So, but there are countries that when the police come to arrest you, they come with an arrest warrant, and then they let you know the reason as to why they are arresting you. They don't just pull up arrest you. They have like no arrest warrant. They have no reason to arrest you. They just want to arrest you, and then maybe you'll know your charges as when you'll get to the police station, which is very unfair. Yeah, because there are a lot of people who've been arrested without even committing a crime. Yeah, just because a police officer looked at you and said you look like a thief. So because you look like a thief, or maybe you had red eyes, I'm taking you in. He is not actually telling that to you, but that's fair, and that is bad manners. If you want to arrest somebody, have reason to arrest somebody, and then have what we call an arrest warrant. Yeah, so that when you come to arrest me, I'll know. Because the reason as to I'm saying this, there have been so many people who've gone missing. They are arrested by people who are dressed in police uniform. Yeah, somebody comes to your place dressed in full police uniform, carrying a gun, and he tells you you are under arrest. In my country, they are police. They come maybe with a GKA. They take you. So after they take you, a few days, you'll be found. Come to arrest somebody, come with an arrest warrant, so that at least, even if you are taken, somebody is taken from his home, the parents or the family knows that he was arrested for A and B. This is a situation whereby somebody comes, about police officers come to somebody's house, they arrest him without even an arrest warrant. They buy inside a river, yeah, or maybe the person goes missing completely. Yeah, the family keeps on, so we've never taken so and so, but the people who came to your house to arrest you were dressed in police uniform. They came with a police vehicle. You see? Yeah, that is very, very unfair. But the countries that you get arrested because you did this and this, and you are shown the warrant, and you go with the police. Maybe you go, you get fined. After you are fined, you come back home, or maybe you are taken to jail, which is in order. But arresting somebody without maybe warrant, that is out of order. And please, kindly, if you are a police officer, kindly don't do that. Moving on to the 13th bizarre or weird story, Cat Roof Rider. That is the title, and then it says, a cat named Ray Ray recently survived a 100-mile highway trip while accidentally clinging to the roof of its owner's van during a family move. Yeah, Cat Roof Rider. Excuse me. A cat named Ray Ray recently survived a 100-mile highway trip while accidentally clinging to the roof of its owner's van during a family move. 100 mile is like it's about 160 plus kilometers. Imagine a cat clinging on a roof of a vehicle for 160 plus kilometers. That is a very long way. Yeah? But the good thing is, the fortunate thing is, this cat actually survived. You see, I've seen cats fall or jump from very high buildings. They fall, but what I've never seen is a cat falling on her back. Yeah, they fall, but they manage to land on their feet. I do not really know if maybe you've ever seen such. A cat falls from a very high place, and then it comes down. You were expecting it maybe to land on her back or on its back, and then the cat lands on its legs, on its feet. Yeah, it's really, really, yeah, it's a really, what can I say? Which word can I actually use? Yeah, What I can say is God is great. Yeah, that is how God created it. Like, it's not easy to die. They say cats have 9 lives. Yeah, so it's not really easy to kill a cat. It's not easy. Yeah, I've never known that. Like, the age life expectancy of a cat. I'll actually Google that. I'll make sure that before I sleep, it's around 11:09 here. So before I sleep, I'll make sure the life expectancy of cats. I'm really curious about that. So moving on to the 14th bizarre story. Now this story here really shocked me. Now listen. The mistaken kidnapping of an 85-year-old. That is the title. The mistaken kidnapping of an 85-year-old. And then it says, in a bizarre and very strange case, police in Sydney, Australia are appealing for the release of 85-year-old Chris Bagzarian, who they believe was kidnapped by mistake. CCTV footage shows him being bundled into an SUV, but investigators believe the captors grabbed the wrong person. So, scenario or a situation whereby somebody who is 85 years old is being kidnapped, and then the investigators believe this person here was actually kidnapped. Who was kidnapped was not the person who the kidnappers or captors intended to kidnap. So this was a mistaken identity. Like, friend, how do you mistaken somebody you're supposed to kidnap? Yeah, it's really confusing. That is why it's weird, actually. That's why it's bizarre. Like, the mistaken kidnapping of an 85-year-old. The mistaken kidnapping of an 85-year-old. This person is really old, 85 years. In a bizarre and very strange case, police in Sydney, Australia are appealing for the release of 85-year-old Chris Bagzarian, who they believe was kidnapped by mistake. Kidnapped by mistake. CCTV footage shows him being bundled into an SUV, but investigators believe the captors grabbed the wrong person. So here you are, you've been sent to kidnap somebody, and then you kidnap the wrong person. And to maybe to add, can I say, to add salt on the injury, you kidnap somebody who's very old, 85 years old. Okay, maybe they were looking for maybe a person with the same age, but like, honestly, surely, how do you kidnap somebody who is 85 years old? Yeah, this person here is very elderly. This person is supposed to be given his respect. Even if you were paid $1 million to do this, why are you doing that? Like, why? Honestly, this person is supposed to be respected. Yeah, 85 years old. This is a very old person. Yeah, kindly, friend, that is very wrong. Like, that is very, very wrong and very sad. Nah, we've not got there. Like, nah, this is wrong. Yeah, and I also pray and believe that this old man here will come back home to his family, yeah, safely. So that is our 14th, our second last. Now moving on to the last, which is number 15. It says the Savannah Guthrie mystery. The Savannah Guthrie mystery. New developments arranged or emerged today in search for Nancy Guthrie, mother of today's show host Savannah Guthrie. The FBI is currently analyzing a single black glove found near her home that contains DNA evidence potentially matching a suspect caught on doorbell footage. I'll repeat that for the last time. The Savannah Guthrie mystery. New developments emerged today in the search for Nancy Guthrie, mother of today's show host Savannah Guthrie. The FBI is currently analyzing a single black glove found near her home that contains DNA evidence potentially matching a suspect caught on doorbell footage. So before Nancy Guthrie was abducted, there was somebody who was seen tampering with CCTV footage. Now they believe this person here, when he ran away, he left a glove behind. So that glove, it's believed that it has DNA evidence on it. So they're going to the FBI. Believe it's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'm not really sure about that. I'm guessing, and I hope I'm right with my guessing. So they are analyzing the glove, and then you see the thing with the technology is when you go to get an ID, when maybe you've turned 18, when you go to some countries really actually give IDs before somebody turns that age. So when you go to get your ID, your fingerprints actually remain in the system. So if by any chance you commit a crime and then they get hold of your fingerprints, and when they put it in the system, it will give them your identity. Yeah, so this thief here, this abductor here or captor will be in trouble, a lot of trouble, when the truth comes out. Yeah. So friend, that was our 15th bizarre story. Or maybe actually I wanted to go through the messages, but I think we only got two people who messaged us. One was Afnan, and then the other was user IM2JFSMW5H. So really, I appreciate your support. Yeah, messaging us means really a lot. We appreciate that. Thank you for the support, and kindly subscribe. Support us by subscribing. Yeah, and we will really appreciate very much. So thank you. God bless you. See you on our next bizarre story stream. We normally do this on a daily basis. So if you love bizarre stories or weird stories, this is the place to be. It's a bye for now.